Namaskar and welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris. Namaskar, ma'am.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Going Beyond.
Thank you so much.
As usual, I have brought something for you. Shall I read it?
Of course.
Share it with you.
Everything that you share always helps us to churn, reflect, and it's very, very useful.
The title is The Final Analysis. People are often unreasonable, self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are honest, people may cheat you, but be honest anyway. What you spend years to building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and God. It never was between you and them anyway.
How beautiful.
Do good anyway.
This is so beautiful, and we really can, I would personally love to keep this with me very, very safely and keep on reading this again and again and again. Though when we read it, it might seem, yes, we know. Obviously, we know it, that we should keep on doing what we want to do and what is good, and don't worry about what other people say and what other people do. And like it is sharing with us, keep doing it anyways. Right now, when everything is calm and stable and situation is perfect, this message might seem very simple and very easy.
And it's very common too.
And very obvious. It sounds as a very obvious thought that obviously, because everyone teaches us this, that don't worry about what people do, what people say, you do good anyways. But when there are times when we are going through those most turbulent thoughts inside, when we could have probably helped people or done something for somebody, cooperated with somebody, put in our everything into it, years of effort into it, and then suddenly something just backlashes. The same people whom we trusted, we encouraged, we motivated, sometimes I've seen people like the staff who's working in their house, they'll send them to school, teach them, and bring them up to a level where, they're very self-employed, confident, and then suddenly that person cheats them. Now, at this time, the person who had put in all this effort can get quite shaken up, and the thought will be, what use is it doing good for anyone? I'll never do again.
I'll never help anybody. I'll never do good for anybody because this is the result. I don't want to do it.
So this paragraph should probably be framed and kept somewhere around us. Do good anyways.
Keep building anyway.
Yeah, because you're creating something, you've put an effort, and somebody can just come and
Destroy
everything is over. And do good anyways. Right now it's sounding very simple, but when things break, when people cheat, if something that you've built with years of effort and someone's one action and everything is destroyed, this paragraph can have a very, very deep impact. But then it can be our compass while leading our life, that what we are doing is between me and God.
And God.
It is such a beautiful line. Okay, it's like, it's a business between me and you. So it doesn't matter what the other people are saying, because finally the loss and the profit is only between me and you. So similarly, everything that I'm doing in life, my karma, my actions, it says it's between you and him. So how does it matter if other people are saying or doing anything in between?
This can be so nice if we can bring that into a relationship.
Yes.
If I have a relationship between you and me, let the world do anything, say anything against you or against me, it's anyway.
And then we would say to each other,
my relation is not with them, but it's between you and me.
So what would we say to each other? How does it matter what people say or do? It's between you and me anyways. So he says it so beautifully. It's between you and him anyways. How does it matter what other people are saying or doing? Thank you so much for sharing that. That was really beautiful, not just for listening to it now, but for really using it, because many times we do go through this conflict, and sometimes there is doubt. should I really continue doing things like this? Should I really work like this? And sometimes the question is, does this way of working work in today's world? Is it going to work? Is it going to get the result? Doesn't seem to be anyways. This paragraph works at that time. Continue doing it. And there's a very deep perspective to it spiritually. Everything that I think and feel is energy which is radiating, which we call karma in spirituality. The action that I do in terms of thought, word or action is the energy that I send out. It's my karma. And spirituality teaches us is that what goes out
comes
back. Now the only thing is that once gone out, it may not come back immediately. It's like drop a pebble in a pool of water and there are ripples. The ripples will spread in the pool, hit the rocks and come back. Some will come back 1 second, 10 seconds, 1 minute. Depends. Each ripple is on its return journey, but will return at different times. So I need to be patient that my role is here, the karma that I do. And then what is it that comes back? What will we call that? Like what I think for you or speak to you is my karma. This is my karma because it's energy which is radiating out. And now what you think or feel for me or speak to me, behave with me is my destiny. Because it's energy which is on its way back. Today, a lot of us are confused in terms of who is creating our destiny, who's writing my fortune, what does fate have in store for me, and what can I do to change my destiny. And from childhood, there's a very deep belief system. God writes my destiny. Everything that's happening to me, Upar wala. It's by the will of God. In Hindi, we say, Patta patta Bhagwan ki marzi se hilta hai.
Bhagwan ki marzi ke bina patta bhi nahi
hil sakta. Which means not a leaf can move without the will of God. Taught to us, and we took it, didn't work with it, didn't experiment with it, just believed it and lived our life with it. And so we kept on saying, whatever is happening in my life, good, very good, and some things not so nice are all happening by the will of God. And when some things happened which were not very comfortable, which were not nice, I wanted to change my destiny. And there were people around me at that time who will say to me, oh, God is angry with you. And then ask us to do all sorts of things only because God is angry with us. And we believed them. Because curse. Oh yes, curse. There was a deep connectivity because I thought God is deciding what all happens with me. And if everything is happening fine, that means God is happy with me. And if things are not going very right, God is angry with me.
Or maybe some deity.
Yeah, whatever, because everything that we looked as form of God. So God is angry with me. The deities, Devi Devtas are angry with me. And then someone said, you need to do this ritual, this ritual, this puja.
I have done it.
Really?
I have done it because somebody said that some deity which your forefathers, when they came from Pakistan to India, they had some temple there, they used to worship some deity. And that is destroyed and the deity is in pain.
Now, we need to stop and think that yes, whoever is sharing with us has a perspective. They also have been taught since many, many years. But I also need to stop and check, is it really possible that the deities or God can be angry? Is it really possible, like you said, that the deity is in pain? How can deity, God, be angry and in pain?
You know what I wrote to him again after doing this? I said, tell me one thing. You have a guru. He said, yes, I have. I said, even if you do the worst with him, did he ever curse you in your life, or he's always blessed you?
Even a parent.
Yeah.
If a child does something really wrong, can a parent curse their child?
Never.
Never. If a parent, ordinary human beings, cannot curse their children for their biggest mistake. You know, what will a parent say? I hope he understands. I hope
God
he
gave him wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah. I hope he realizes. I hope he comes on the right path. These are their blessings and good wishes for their child to come on the right path of doing karma.
And they are somewhere very sure about it. Ye theek ho jayega. One day he'll be alright.
Yes.
One day he will.
So now I need to stop and ask myself, if a parent cannot curse a child, if a parent always blesses, this was so beautiful, how can deities or God curse?
When my original nature is peace and love, how can a deity curse?
How can God get angry?
It is not in his nature.
Absolutely. So fear needs to be removed. Simply because rituals, fine, beautiful, but with pure intention, not out of fear.
I hope they understand also while doing, no?
That is a second thing. Yes, very sacred and deep meaning. Absolutely.
Deep meaning.
And meaning not just to be understood, but to be used. Everything that we are learning every day has been taught to us since so many years. Even religion was teaching so much, but we were not understanding most of it. And if we were understanding it, we were only leaving it to that much time while we were performing a particular ritual or puja, get up from there, and we are back to our own way of living. So we were not taking wisdom shared with us, religion teaching us, spiritual telling us back into our practical life. And then, because of our ignorance, if someone said, God is angry with you, and we were ready to do anything to please him, and that also, why please him? Please him so that everything in my life goes on right. Now these are two intentions, one of fear and the other selfish. It's like, I do something for you. Forget God, even for a human being, if I do something for you.
Oh, this point I had never thought of. Selfish.
It's so selfish.
I'm doing it for my own happiness.
Absolutely. I'm not even doing it for you. If I say I'm doing this puja for him.
I'm going to give you so many rupees, don't get angry with me.
Yes. Don't get angry with me because life becomes difficult for me. Then my business doesn't work. My things start happening wrong.
So I will pray to you, I'll pay you.
Yeah. Look at this. Now how will this work? And how will this give us that what it is supposed to give us? Peace, tranquility, harmony. That is what rituals are supposed to give us. Wisdom. That is what they're supposed to give us. Intention needs to be checked. Two intentions are predominant in this. One is fear. I'll do it because God's angry. If I don't do it, things will go wrong.
See, with lot of people would not listen. So, supposing there is a tree, which is very important for medicine, then they say, look, if you cut this tree, God will get angry. First, they must have tried many times explaining, they don't understand. So that kind of a fear factor must be there, definitely.
But then today we're ready to do so much just out of fear. The same thing, let's do the same rituals, but with understanding and with love. Not fear of God, love for God. Not selfish, but understanding. It's like when you have a little child at home and you want to teach him, don't go out into the dark.
Yeah.
But he's too young to understand what is darkness. And he's much younger to understand what are the implications if he goes out alone in the dark. So what do we say to him?
There'll be what? Bhoot.
Now this is what was done. Thinking that we are small and we won't understand, the truth was not conveyed.
And they create fear of bhoot.
Yes.
One new word, one new concept, one new idea in his mind.
Yes.
What is bhoot?
Nothing. So creating fear in the mind, and then we have been doing this from generation to generation. So what happens is that what I would get from that ritual, you know, when I perform a ritual, a puja, whatever we are doing, traditions, customs, it's supposed to give me immense amount of purity and power. But I'm not getting that because it's done with fear and selfishness. So result cannot be purity and power. If it was done with love and understanding, result would be purity and power. Because what will go out
will come back to me.
It's very important because we get so many emails from people who say, I have to do this and this ritual because it's been happening in my family for so many years, but I don't have the money right now to do it.
So sad.
And maybe some people say, I don't have leave from my office to go to a particular place to do that ritual. And then the last question they'll ask, Do you really think if we don't do it, something bad will happen? Look, it's so much pressure again. When we're talking of pressures, these are pressures that society has created by creating fear in our mind. So we need to stop and check and first understand the basic concept. God does not write our destiny. Because if He had to write our destiny, destiny would have been perfect. God is perfect and He's a parent. Even if you have to write a destiny of your child today, what kind of destiny would you write? Perfect destiny. Would you ever write a little like this and a little bad, once in a while health, once in a while disease, sometimes profit, sometimes loss, accidents, deaths, so many things? Who would write?
Give my child enough, God.
Yes.
Always,
Yes.
all his life.
What kind of destiny would you write? Perfect. Just everything fine for Him. How can He write this kind of destiny for us the way things are happening with us today?
See, I asked this question to one of my friends who does these pujas. I asked him, why do you suggest this kind of a prayer so that that deity will be pleased? So he says, by doing that, it changes his mind and his thoughts, which he thinks, okay, this is done, now my job will be done, and it becomes positive. And he will, if I tell him this way, he won't understand. So I make him do these prayers. Then he has so much of positivity and so much of faith in it that his faith and his positive thoughts, they create the changes. That's what my friend told me.
Beautiful. Which means my thoughts, my actions, my karma will create things for me.
Yeah.
It comes back to that simple formula.
Yeah. But
that
if somebody doesn't, he also told me, he said, I will not tell you this, Suresh, because you already know.
Yeah.
So I cannot say that to others because they don't understand. He was just,
being very honest.
Being honest.
Yeah. But then this is what we all need to understand. What is the truth? Then decide which way we want to go. The truth is our thoughts, our words, actions are our karma, and our karma creates our destiny. This is the truth. God doesn't write our destiny. He gives us the knowledge to create good karma, and He gives us the power to implement those good karmas, and He gives us the power to face the past karmas which are returning, challenges which are coming in my destiny. That's His role. He doesn't write my destiny. God wouldn't write.
On the contrary, He's always helping you.
Yeah, because He's always helping me to face what has happened because of what I had done sometime in the past. God would never write for a young child to die in an accident. God would never write for parents to be left alone all their life. God would not write for a child to be born and be mentally or physically challenged. God would not write this kind of destiny. So this is our destiny, created by my thoughts. Now, like
my thoughts and deeds.
Thoughts will come into deeds. So thoughts create destiny. Now, like you said, because we are not creating the right thoughts, so somebody gives us some technique, like perform this particular ritual, or it could be wear these stones, change your name, number, do whatever, so that you will be able to create right thoughts. Because like you said, he will have the faith.
Yeah.
Now things will work out right for me. So what am I doing is, I'm using these things as a stimulant to create the right thoughts.
Correct.
But finally, who's the creator?
Me. My thoughts.
So the more I will keep on using the stimulants, the more my dependency on them will go on increasing.
Correct.
So which means that today I will perform a particular ritual with this thought that when I do this, everything will go fine for me. So I create that thought and I have full faith that now things will go right for me. But my old sanskar is of negative thinking. That's why I'm having to use this stimulant to think well. So few days down the line, this faith, which was created because of a stimulant, not because of my own ability to think positive, it will fade away like the effect of any other stimulant. Any other stimulant. Effect doesn't last very long. My sanskars will emerge again. So few days down the line, my own way of thinking, negative, don't know what will happen, hope things go right, these will emerge again. Again, I will go back to that person. And again, he will say, now you do this and this and this. Now you go to this and this place. Now you spend so much of money. All for what? Again, use as a stimulant to think right so that things will happen right.
It's kind of an addiction. First one peg, then two pegs, then three pegs, then
True.
Then this plus that, then that plus this, then so many together, then...
How beautiful. And like you said, any other addiction, as time passes, you will have to increase the dosage because it won't create the same effect. And today we can see so many people who are taking lives, almost every decision based on what is happening, the right day, the right time, the right place, everything they want right outside, which is okay, fine, everything should be right outside. Right thoughts, that will create my destiny. I may be at the right place, on the right day, at the right time, starting a business, getting married, but if I'm not right inside, how long is it going to be successful?
It's not going to be right, it's going to be wrong.
So that is something that I need to stop and check, that dependency on all these things, because we want our destiny to be perfect. Today people go in for having children at a very planned time, and they will actually tell the doctor that the child should be born at this time according to the astrological prediction, so that my child will have a good destiny. It's a question mark. See, because dosage goes on increasing, we go on using all these dependencies.
And it's a little rude, but I would say, as if I can create my child's destiny.
Yeah, I can only create the power, the blessings, the good wishes.
Try to give him knowledge. That too, if he's ready to take it.
Yes, good sanskars, teach him. When I give him all this...
Become an example of good sanskars.
Perfect. But by doing all this, I am becoming an example of dependencies. So what is my child going to do?
Dependent.
Dependent.
Dad used to do these things. This is coming from my parents, forefathers. We've been doing from last 50 years, 20 years. I can't change now. And something wrong goes, look, we did not do this, and this has happened.
Absolutely.
And so,
now,
and so
this is a sign that the soul is becoming weaker. So if I, the parent, am becoming weaker, what am I transmitting to my child?
Weakness.
And I want him to have a good destiny.
By giving him a proper birth at the proper time.
This is question mark.
And after giving a birth at the proper time through doctors, through astrologers, then what? What am I giving the real thing?
So we need to really stop and check. We create our own destiny. God doesn't write it, and nobody else around me writes my destiny. I am the creator of my destiny by taking care of my every thought and feeling and action. I am ensuring that my destiny will be beautiful. Certain things will come, but they are my destiny because of karmas that I have done in the past. But when I take care of it now, I will face that past also with stability and ensure a beautiful today and a fantastic future. So it's all here. Let us try and go beyond these dependencies, these addictions.
Beyond fear.
Beyond fear. And whatever we are doing in terms of rituals, traditions and customs, let's understand them, be comfortable with them internally, do it with love and understanding. And if circumstances are not permitting me to do something, whether it's my health, sometimes health is not favorable, financial conditions are not favorable, it's okay if we don't do them. God will not get angry, that's
Never.
For sure. He's the ocean of love and loves us unconditional. Definitely will not get angry because we missed a particular ritual on a particular day. So let's remove that fear and start loving God instead.
Thank you so much, sister.
Thank you.
Let's have a meditation on this.
Let's sit back and look at my destiny. Fate, luck, destiny. Called it by different names. And always thought someone somewhere wrote my destiny. And whenever challenges came, I was looking for them who could make things better for me. And the more I looked outside, I forgot to look at myself, the creator of the destiny. I, the creator of every thought and feeling, my every action, my karma is the energy I send out, and what goes out returns. I have the choice to create the destiny. Let me pause and ask myself, what is it that I would like? And start creating. If I want a destiny of love, happiness, respect, the choice is mine. It begins in my every thought. My every thought of peace, love, and happiness is ensuring that my present and my future are filled with it. God, the ocean of love, accepts me unconditionally, is there to guide me and support me when I have challenges. His knowledge and His power helps me to face the consequences of my past karma. But He loves me unconditionally. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Rajayoga Meditation Center, write to us at awakeningwithbks@gmail.com or call us on 099 99 744 555.